If you're using ChatGPT or regular Claude Chat to do SEO work, you're leaving so much on the table that it's almost embarrassing because there's a new tool from Anthropic called Claude Cowork, and it's not a chatbot. It's an actual digital coworker that lives on your desktop, connects to your Hrefs account, reads your files, edits your documents, and runs SEO tasks while you go do something else. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 specific use cases for Claude Cowork that will replace hours of manual SEO work every single week. We're talking real keyword research with real Hrefs data, content gap analysis against your competitors, bulk article outline generation at scale, site audits with actual on-page fixes, backlink prospecting with personalized outreach drafts, scheduled weekly SEO reports, and internal linking automation across your entire content library. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to use Cowork to run an entire SEO workflow without touching a spreadsheet. Let's get into it. So first, let me clear up what Cowork actually is. Claude Cowork is Anthropic's agentic AI for knowledge work. It runs on the Claude desktop app, not in your browser, and that distinction matters. The simple way to think about it is this. Regular Claude chat is a conversation. You ask, it answers. Cowork is a working session. You describe an outcome, it plans the steps, and it actually executes those steps using your files, your apps, and your connected tools. It can read folders on your computer, it's documents in place, pull data from Hrefs, sends emails through Gmail, schedule recurring tasks that run every Monday morning whether you're at your desk or not. That last part is what makes it different from every AI tool you've used before. It's not waiting for your next prompt. It's working on the outcome you described while you go do something else. The best part is Anthropic built it for non-technical people. You don't need to code. You describe what you want in plain English, and Cowork figures out how to do it. Before I jump into the 7 use cases, you need one thing set up: the Hrefs MCP connection. MCP stands for Model Context Protocol. It's an open standard that lets AI tools like Cowork connect to outside data sources like Hrefs in a secure way. To set this up, open the Claude desktop app, go to Settings, find the Connector section, add the Hrefs MCP server. You'll authenticate through your Hrefs account, and the connection is live. You need at least an Hrefs Lite plan for this. Once connected, Cowork has direct access to live Hrefs data. Real keyword volumes, real backlink profiles, real domain ratings, not made up numbers. This is the foundation. Without the Hrefs MCP, the rest of these use cases don't work. Okay, use case number 1, real keyword research with real Hrefs data. Here's the problem with using regular ChatGPT or Claude Chat for keyword research. It makes up the numbers. If you ask ChatGPT what the search volume is for a keyword, it confidently gives you a number, and that number is hallucinated. It's just generating text that sounds like a search volume. Cowork solves this completely because it pulls live data from Hrefs through the MCP connection. Here's a prompt you can copy and use right now. Pull 50 long-tail keywords related to Pinterest automation. Filter to keyword difficulty under 30 and monthly search volume over 100. Include search intent for each keyword. Save the result as a CSV file in my keyword research folder. Cowork reads the request, calls the Hrefs MCP, applies your filters, classifies each keyword by intent, and saves a clean spreadsheet to the exact folder you specified. You did nothing. It did everything. The data is real. The other thing I love is the iteration speed. If you don't like the output, you don't start over. You just say swap out keyword 15 for a higher volume alternative, and Cowork updates the file in place. Use case number 2, content gap analysis against your competitors. This is the workflow that used to take half a day. You'd export keyword data for 5 competitors, dump them into a spreadsheet, dedupe, then manually compare against your own site. Cowork does this in about 3 minutes. Prompt looks like this. Run a content gap analysis for my site against these 5 competitors. Pull all organic keywords each competitor ranks for in the top 20. Identify keywords where at least 3 of them rank but my site doesn't. Filter to volume over 200 and difficulty under 40. I'll put a prioritized list ranked by traffic potential, saved as a Word document. Cowork queries Hrefs 5 times, runs the comparison, and produces a finished document with your top opportunities. This is the kind of analysis SEO agencies charge $500 to $1,000 for. Just did it in 1 prompt. You can run this every month with a small tweak. As competitors publish new content, your gap list updates automatically. You're always working on the next biggest opportunity. Use case number 3, article outline generation. This one genuinely surprised me. You have 30 target keywords from your gap analysis. Writing 30 article outlines manually takes a full work week. With Cowork, you point it at your CSV and ask it to do all 30 in one session. Here's the prompt. Read the keywords in my keyword research folder. For each keyword, pull the top 3 ranking pages from Hrefs SERP overview. Create a detailed outline including a draft H1, 6 to 8 H2 sections, suggested word count, and search intent. Each outline is a separate markdown file in my outlines folder. By the time you come back from lunch, you have 30 research-backed outlines sitting in a folder ready to send to writers or run through your content production system. This is exactly what the Ahrefs team does internally. They've publicly shared that they use this kind of agentic content workflow with Claude to produce articles in 6 to 12 minutes instead of days. Now, obviously, generating outlines is one thing. Actually producing the articles, publishing them, and building the backlinks to push them up the rankings is a whole different layer of work. That's where I use backlinkmanagement.io. It handles the execution side after the strategy work is done. While Cowork is generating outlines, Backlink Management is producing the daily articles and the daily backlinks that push your pages up Google's rankings. Cowork tells you what to write. Backlink Management executes the daily volume. Link is in the description. Use case number 4, site audits with actual on-page fixes. Ahrefs has a site audit tool that gives you a list of issues: missing meta descriptions, weak title tags, broken H1 hierarchy. The problem is the audit gives you 200 problems in 0 context. You still have to fix each one manually. Cowork can read your local site files, identify the issues, prioritize them by impact, and actually edit the meta titles and descriptions. So try this prompt: pull the site audit issues from my Ahrefs project. Focus on the top 20 pages by organic traffic. Check if the meta title is between 50 and 60 characters and includes the primary keyword, if the meta description is between 140 and 160 characters, and if there is exactly one H1. Open the corresponding files in my site folder, suggest fixes inline as comments, and save a diff file showing all proposed changes. Review the changes, approve the ones you like, and apply them. For a typical content site with 100 pages, this turns a 2-day audit project into a 30-minute review session. And here's the thing nobody tells you about on page SEO. Even small improvements compound. If you fix the meta titles on your top 20 pages and click through rate increases by even 5%, you're getting more clicks from your existing rankings without acquiring a single new backlink. Free traffic every month forever. And it took you 30 minutes. Use case number 5, backlink prospecting and personalized outreach drafts. This combines Ahrefs data with Gmail through another MCP connection. You'll need to add the Gmail MCP the same way you added Ahrefs. The workflow goes like this. You give Cowork a list of competitor sites. It pulls every backlink those competitors have through Ahrefs. It filters to high domain rating sites that are actually relevant blogs and identifies the writers who link to them. Then it drafts a personalized outreach email for each prospect, referencing the specific article they wrote and proposing a relevant guest post. Here's the prompt. Pull the top 50 referring domains for each of these 3 competitor sites. Filter to domains with rating above 40 that are blogs in my niche. Exclude directories and forum profiles. For each prospect, find the author of the linking article and draft a personalized outreach email proposing a guest post on a relevant topic. Save all drafts in my Gmail drafts folder. You wake up to 50 pre-researched, pre-written outreach drafts sitting in Gmail, ready for you to read and send. Now, I want to be honest. Sending outreach emails one by one is still slow. Reply rates on cold outreach are usually 3 to 8% on a good day. The smart move is to use Cowork for the strategy and prospecting layer, then use backlinkmanagement.io to handle the daily link building at scale in the background. Backlink Management builds you 15 quality backlinks per day automatically. So Cowork tells you which high-value targets to chase manually, and Backlink Management keeps the daily link velocity going so your domain authority climbs every week. Use case number 6, scheduled weekly SEO reports. This is the set it and forget it use case. And honestly, this one alone justifies installing Cowork. Cowork has a feature called scheduled tasks. You define a workflow once, give it a cadence, and it runs automatically forever. Here's the prompt. Set up a recurring task that runs every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pull last week's data from Google Search Console and Ahrefs. Include total clicks, total impressions, top 10 ranking gainers, top 10 ranking losers, new keywords ranking in the top 100, and lost keywords. Compare every metric against the previous week. Write a 1-page summary with 3 to 5 wins, 3 to 5 losses, and 3 recommended actions. Save it as a Word document in my weekly reports folder. You set this up once? Every Monday at 8 a.m., Cowork runs the entire report and saves it. When you sit down with coffee on Monday morning, your weekly SEO briefing is already on your desktop waiting for you. This replaces the morning routine of opening 5 tabs, exporting CSVs, and trying to remember what last week's numbers looked like. For a year, that's 52 reports you didn't have to manually compile. Probably 100 hours of saved work just on this one workflow. Use case number 7, internal linking audits and automatic insertion. Internal linking is one of those things every SEO knows they should do, and almost nobody actually does because it's tedious. The reality is that strong internal linking is one of the highest leverage SEO moves you can make. It tells Google how your content connects and distributes authority across your pages. Cowork can read every blog post in your site folder, identify topical relationships, find missing internal links, and either suggest them in a report or actually insert them into the Markdown files. The prompt looks like this: read all Markdown files in my blog content folder. For each post, identify 3 to 5 other posts that are topically relevant. Suggest specific anchor text and the exact paragraph where the internal link should be added. Save the suggestions as a single Markdown checklist. Do not modify the original files unless I approve. This kind of internal linking pass typically lifts 15 to 20% of your existing pages within 4 to 6 weeks because Google can finally crawl and contextualize your content properly. You can also use this to find orphan pages, which are pages with 0 internal links pointing to them. Orphan pages are basically invisible to Google. That single fix has resurrected entire sections of websites sitting at 0 traffic for months. Now, I want to give you the honest take because nothing is perfect. There are 3 things to know before you go all in on Cowork for SEO. First, it's not instant. Multi-step tasks can take 5 to 15 minutes. You're not waiting for an answer, you're handing off a task. Reframe your expectations from chat speed to coworker speed. Second, the Hrefs MCP has rate limits based on your Hrefs plan tier. Light users hit limits fastest. If you're running a lot of keyword research, you'll want at least a standard plan. Third, you still need to QA the output. Cowork is capable, but it's still an AI agent. For high-stakes work like outreach or published content, always review before sending. That said, the time savings are massive. Across a week, you're easily reclaiming 10 to 15 hours that you can put towards strategy or content quality. So here's what I want you to do today. Go install the Claude desktop app, open Cowork, connect the Hrefs MCP, and run use case number 1, the keyword research prompt on a topic in your niche. You'll see the output and you'll immediately understand why this changes everything. If you want to see me do a deep dive on any specific use case, drop a comment below telling me which one. Prioritize the most requested ones for the next videos. And if you found this helpful, hit subscribe. I'm putting out content like this every week on how to actually leverage AI agents to grow your business without hiring a team. Last thing before you go, if you're going to use Cowork to plan your SEO strategy, you absolutely need something handling the execution layer in the background. Otherwise, you'll have great strategy documents and no actual rankings to show for it. That's where backlinkmanagement.io comes in. Daily articles, daily backlinks, completely automated. You set it once and it builds your authority every single day in the background. Cowork plans the strategy. Backlink management executes the daily volume. That's the playbook. Link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.